ButHerFly Boudoir. I am Madame ButHerFly, and today we are going to review the latest episode of Love After Lockup. Alright y'all, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So it opens up with Rachel and Doug, alright? This is the first morning after Doug has been released. They done did what they do in the bedroom. And now they're waiting for Rachel's mom to bring Dougie over, right? So Dougie gets there and he embraces his dad. It's a warm moment between the two, and it was just very lovely to see. It's always good to see when a child is reunited with a parent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, you can just feel all the love and the energy there in that moment. And I could definitely feel the love of a father and a son, you know? So that was good. So they go inside and they're all sitting down and, you know, getting to know one another. And Rachel's mom asked her, you know, how it's going or whatever. And Doug says, well, after she picked me up, we went to a hotel and we tried to give you a grandchild. I'm like, listen now, why do these men always feel like they need to give the mom all the damn details of what they doing with their daughter? Just like Deontay last week, we gonna tell Nicole's mom that he bought a sex toy and named it after Nicole. I'm like, come on now. You don't talk like, you know damn well if they was meeting the daddy, they would not say that. They would not say nothing to their daddy talking about, I was trying to give you a grandchild, or I got a sex toy and I named it after your daughter. They know damn well they wouldn't say the dad, because the dads don't play. But he said that to the mama, and you could see she was uncomfortable. Like, they was all uncomfortable. Even Rachel was uncomfortable. Like, why did you tell my mama that? I was like, wow. All right, so then Dougie, he jumps into the conversation. Rachel, she first invites her mom out to lunch with them or dinner. They're going out to eat. And her mom says, no, you guys go together, you know, catch up, become a family, and, you know, get to know your son again, reconnect. And Dougie gonna jump in and talk about, well, he's never truly known me. I was like, ouch. So, you know, Doug played it off. But then, hold on, y'all, I'm looking in my notes. Then Doug had said something to Dougie, like, I seen the girls on your TikTok, or I seen your girlfriend on TikTok, something like that. And Dougie says, well, at least I only have one. You've had 3 in the past, what he said? But you had 10 in the past 3 years. Baby, Rachel looking like, listen, it be your own kids. You feel me? Be your own kids. They will put your business out there. They don't care. I was like, wait a minute. Even mom was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell you been talking to? Because I think they've been talking for like, what, a year and a half now? Something like that. I don't know. Oh, baby. So Doug played it off and he was like, well, you know, you got to filter them out till you find the right one. So I'm like, okay, he done played that off a little bit. Had that little uncomfortable laugh at the end. So, Rachel's mom, she goes outside to talk to the producers or whatever. And she said, I ain't liked him from the moment I seen him. She said, I had a sick feeling in my stomach from the jump. So she's showing all this love to him in his face. But as soon as she got around the producers, baby, it was a different story. I ain't never liked this man. He know where his bread's buttered at. And he just used about my daughter. Like, mama don't like him. Mama don't like him at all. She done already said it. She done made it known. She done made it clear. She don't like him. So, I mean, you know, Doug does have it made. You know what I'm saying? He came home to a nice home. His son now has a nice home to live in, you know. So I mean, he's got it now. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, she's a mom, and of course, mothers are going to look out for their children. But you know, we women do have women's intuition. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't just write off what mama thinks. You know, she may be on to something, but we will find out as we get further into the season. So we get to the restaurant. Everything's going good at the beginning. You know, they're eating, and Dougie is asking his dad if you could go back and change things, would you? And would you prefer to stay here or go to prison? And Doug had asked him, what would you want me to do? And he said, stay here. So yeah, it was a cute little conversation. But then it took a turn for the worse. And Dougie, he was like, cut up my pork chops, you slave. And then he was like Rachel cuts up my pancakes. I was like, ooh. And then he called him, what, you filthy womanizer or something like that. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Even Doug in his confession, he was like, look, I'm gonna let him be a kid right now. You know, he's gotta get used to how things are going. But he gonna have to get into shape. I'm gonna have to whip his little ass into shape. He said, I'm gonna be the rule maker. And if he gonna be the rule breaker, oh, he got another thing coming. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Doug, but I also see it from Dougie's point of view. You know, in the confessional, Rachel had said, you know, Dougie, you know, he has all of these feelings built up inside, you know, all these emotions. His dad has been, you know, gone for the majority of his life. So, you know, he has anger built up inside, and, you know, his dad hasn't been around. So it's like, I know kids feel like, well, you've never been in my life. You can't just come in all of a sudden and give me rules and expect me to listen to you. You've never been around. You know what I'm saying? So I get it from Dougie's perspective. That's how a kid is gonna think. You know, you've never been around. I don't have to listen to you. You know? But that still is his dad. Okay? He hasn't been around. You know, he's made some mistakes and he's owned up to it. But that is still his dad. And you have to still respect your dad. You can't just be talking any type of way to your parent. Because baby, listen, I wouldn't dare talk back to my mama when I'm a grown woman. You feel me? Like, I can't even curse in front of my mama. I don't curse on a regular anyway, but I would definitely feel, I'd be feeling uncomfortable cursing in front of my mama. Like, I just can't, and my daddy, like, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that level of respect that you have for your parents. But we'll see how it goes, how this little family, you know, gets on track, how Doug and Dougie, how their relationship blossoms. So hopefully it's for the better. All right, so let's go on to Deontay and Nicole. So Deontay picks up Nicole and he's taking her to get her hair done. Now, well, no, that was the next day. He picked her up and brought her to his house. Yeah, that's right. He took her to the house first because that first night he wanted to do this, but she wanted to stay home with her mama. So he took her to the house. He had it set up all romantic. You know, he had flowers and rose petals, all that on the floor, candles and whatnot. And it led up to a room where he had more gifts spread out on the bed for her. She must be a sneakerhead because he had like three more pairs of sneakers for her. She's like, ooh, I'm gonna wear the hell out of these. You know what I'm saying? Well, she must be a sneakerhead because I ain't seen no pair of heels that he done bought her. So, you know, I'm a heel girl myself. I think I only got one. No, I got like 2 pairs of sneakers, and one of them is for when I work out, and the other pair is these cute ass high top Adidas. They pink and blue. Pink is my favorite color, so I was like, let me get these real quick, and I don't even wear them. But yeah. So he then said, look behind that bear, or look under that bear, and it was lingerie. Immediately her face changed because she already knew what time it was. He in there getting ready to take his shirt off and all that, like he getting ready. So, you know, she was like, look, you can love but you can't touch. You know what I'm saying? And he like, oh, you can't do that to me. You know, she was, well, I don't have to do nothing. So he gonna take that. She gonna put the lingerie on for him and model it and all that. But she ain't trying to sleep with him. She ain't trying to sleep with him. So the next day he takes her to the beauty salon to get her hair done. She meets one of her ex-prison mates who got out a week before she did. And even the friend said to the producers, when she was in prison, he would send her money all the time. All she had to do was ask. And so she feels like she's just gonna take him for everything that she can get. And we all know that too. But the friend had asked her when the last time she had sex. And she gonna talk about with a man or a woman. Listen. We already know how it goes down in the prisons, okay? We already know how it goes down. She said it was a week before she got out. She slept with a woman named Tia. She said they had a relationship. She really liked Tia, and then she found out Tia cheated on her. Listen. So now the friend came up with this bright idea to have a party and invite Tia, and so she feels like she wants to invite Tia because she misses her. Wait a minute, because just last week or the week before, we seen her texting Zach, her ex-boyfriend. She talking about she missing him. So now we got Deontay, we got Zach, and now we got Tia. Baby, she don't know what she want. She don't know what she want, and baby, let me tell you, Deontay, you was gonna get hurt, baby, because not only is there another man, there's a woman too. Oh my gosh, Deontay, baby, I'm gonna need him to wake up. It's like he knows. He even said it in like a couple episodes back. He feels like she's using him, and but he don't want to be alone. Like, come on now. The friend, baby, when they had first introduced the friend, why they gonna do the friend like that? Why they show that jail picture of her with a black eye? Come on now. We TV, y'all can find a better picture of that girl. Come on now. And you didn't even have to show her mug shot. You could have shown a regular picture. Showing that girl with a black eye. Baby, y'all ain't right for that. Y'all ain't right for that. But yeah, I believe that was it for Deontay and Nicole. Yes, so let's go into Courtney and Josh. You know, I really don't see any issues with Courtney and Josh. Like, so far, they've been good. Like, so far, they've been the couple with the no issues that I've seen. So apparently, when Josh was a baby, his mom didn't want him. She didn't take care of him, so he was taken in by his grandmother. And so growing up, he had all this anger inside, and he took it out on his grandma, and you know, would be calling her names and saying all these mean things. And so now that he's out of prison, he wants to make it up to his grandmother. He wants to apologize. He wants to go see her and talk things out. So him and Courtney head out there to her house. They hug it out, they embrace, and they talk about everything, and they're able to move on. They both recognize how great of a woman Courtney is, and how she came into his life and, you know, made everything better. You know, grandma liked Courtney. So that's pretty much what it was with them. It wasn't that much for them this week. We just seen Josh reconnect with his grandmother, and that was basically it. So like I said, I don't see any issues with them. Like, I don't think Josh is ever gonna be prison bae, but it's still a little too early to tell. But for right now, you know, I don't see any issues with them. They seem like a couple that could really get back on track, you know. But we'll have to see what Josh's work ethic looks like. If he's trying to get a job or what. Alright, so let's move on to Anissa and Jeff. Alright, so it's the morning of Jeff's release. Anissa's getting ready, and then Kyle stops by. Kyle is helping her get ready. He's even putting on her eyelashes. I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So Anissa said she invited him to come ride with her. And I'm like, what? She said he would do anything for her, so she invited him to come along. When she said that, that made me think about the couple I was telling y'all last week. I told y'all when I first saw her, she reminded me of the couple on the previous season, where it was an older woman, just like Anissa, hooking up with a younger man, and when he got out, she got on a motorcycle, and the guy, he was just horny all the time and got caught up with prostitutes. Y'all remember who I'm talking about. But this further makes me feel like Anissa reminds me of that woman. As soon as she said Kyle would do anything for her, it made me think about the guy who was friends with her, a woman from the last season. Because remember, he had glasses and he professed his love to her. What's her name, Angela? I can't remember. But he professed his love to her and told her how much he wanted to be with her, but she didn't want to be with him. She wanted to stick with the little prison mate. That's what it feels like with Anissa. I feel like she said he would do anything for her, just like old boy would do for the other woman. And I feel like, is Kyle in love with her? Like, cause, listen. She meets Jeff. All right, they get to the bus station. It was daytime when they got there, and we didn't see Jeff until nighttime. So I don't know how long she was up there. But we finally get to meet Jeff. He's not the imaginary boyfriend. He's a real person. Baby, I was like, that's Jeff. I got hillbilly vibes from Jeff. Baby, but you know, they kissed and embraced, and he seems like he's into her. He said the first 2 times, you know, he stood her up because he didn't have any intentions of living with her. But after this 3rd time, he felt like he really loved her and he wanted to be with her. And I think he said that the whole time he was in prison, she sent a total of like $50,000 to him. No, you're right. Yep, $50,000, and he spent it all on drugs. Baby, listen. So they go back to the car and she introduces him to Kyle. Now Jeff is like, what the hell? Who is this? Like, Jeff was not liking Kyle there at all. Kyle riding in the back seat talking about Anissa means a lot to him or something like that, and Jeff was like, what? He didn't say that, but he gave a look like he moved his head. You know when people do that, they move their head back. That means what? What is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So Jeff said he ain't like it at all. You know, he preferred it with just him and Anissa, because he gotta go straight to the halfway house. But yeah, that was pretty much it with them. You know, he had to go to the halfway house quickly, so we didn't really get to see that much interaction between them. But when they did get to the halfway house, you know, they kissed and they both got out the car. And Kyle won't get out of the car too. Kyle, what is you getting out the car for? Stay your ass in the car. Let Anissa kiss her man, walk him to the door. What is you getting out the car for? Baby, listen, I know Jeff was hot. He was like, well, God, if I can't even kiss my woman goodbye without your ass around. Baby, so yeah, that was it between Anissa and Jeff. So hopefully on the next episode, we'll get to see more of them together. But so far, you know, he seems like he's interested in her. You know, I mean, it's not that big of an age difference. He's 40, she's 51, I believe. So yeah, an 11-year age difference, but they're still like grown adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like if it was a 20-year-old and she was dating a 31-year-old, then it would be like, But 40 and 51, I don't know, it's just different. It's just different. She's still a cougar, but it's different. So that was it between them. Stan and Lisa, the last couple. So Stan is noticing that Lisa is not affectionate with him. Stan, I don't know why you didn't notice that in the car. When you first picked her up, she wasn't trying to give you no hug. She gave you the cheek when you tried to kiss her, like Stan. But I'm glad he's noticing. He said she ain't being affectionate with him at all. So he takes her to another room. So apparently they sleep in separate rooms because he has night terrors. So to prevent her from being affected by him getting night terrors, he just put her in a different room so she won't have to know nothing about it. I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sleep in a whole separate bedroom from my man. Are you kidding me? Nope. We're gonna have to work out your night terrors. We got to do something. You know, I ain't sleeping in no room by myself if you my man. But hey, Lisa ain't trying to make Stan her man. So it worked for her. It worked for her. So, Stan goes in the kitchen. He goes and pours himself a glass of wine. He stops at the halfway mark and he's like, why not? And fills it all the way up. Look, Stan about to get turned. You know what I'm saying? Stan ready to get turned off that bun. So, you know, Lisa is, you know, still dealing with her son. So she goes outside to smoke a cigarette. And then Stan follows right behind to, baby, when I tell you Stan came up to her, put his arm around her, he said, give me a kiss. She said, what? And then gave him the cheek. Baby, she said that what? So fast. Like, listen, you heard what he said. He said, give him a kiss. She always giving that man the cheek. She don't never kiss him. What? The way she said it was like, what? What you mean give you a kiss? Because she don't like Stan. Baby. Oh my goodness. Post Stan. She is always giving him the cheek. She do not want to kiss that man. So they start talking about her son. She's telling him that she's gonna have to go see him. She's gonna have to, you know, go take care of him, make sure he's okay, because of what he said to her in their conversation, that he feels like he's alone, and you know. So Stan isn't too happy about that, because since she's been out, she ain't been showing him no attention, no affection, no love. He's saying all she doing is focusing on her family. So Stan feels like he's a grown-ass man. He needs to figure out his own problems. That's where Stan's mindset is at. Let him figure out his own problems. He's an adult. And Lisa's standpoint is, yes, he's an adult, but he's still my child. I need to go take care of him. So ultimately, Lisa wanted Stan to say, okay, he could stay here. That's what she wanted. But Stan told her, no. It's not time to bring your family here. Nobody's moving in. You need to go figure out what you need to figure out with him first. And then once it's figured out, we'll figure out if he gonna move in. You know what I'm saying? Some figuring out that needs to happen. So she was upset by that, and Stan just burst out. They done went back inside the house at this point. Stan just burst out, well, maybe you need to leave. Go! Like, Stan was turned off the liquor. He was mad. He was angry. He ain't got no loving. Like, he's stressed. He's sex deprived. You know, so he was like, go. Maybe you should go. So Lisa, she got upset, and she was like, I guarantee you will not be acting like this if this was your child. Baby, when I tell you Stan came back and said, I raised my children right, you didn't. Ooh, I said challenge. Baby. And you know when somebody says something like that to you, I raised my kids right, you didn't. You basically calling her a bad parent, a bad mother. And so she took offense. She was like, you know what? I'm leaving. Baby, Stan came below the belt. Now, I'm assuming he was tipsy, and so that came out because he was tipsy. I don't know. But, you know, Lisa done packed all her stuff up. She said she got $1,000. She gonna stay at the hotel. Where she got $1,000 from? Just getting out of prison. Did Stan give her that? Did Deontay give her some of that money? Like, cause he out here giving out money and stuff. Where she got $1,000 from? But she going to get a hotel. She said he always acts like this when he gets some liquor in him. He'll be sorry tomorrow. So, I don't know. Stan is lonely. Stan ready for some sex. Stan is ready to go down in that dungeon, in the attic, the basement. He ready to go down there and put that straight jacket on and make it do what it do. Like, he ready. And Lisa just ain't showing him no type of love. But yeah, so I don't know what's gonna go on with Stan and Lisa. I've seen a lot of people saying that they think Lisa and her son are trying to scam Stan, and this is all a setup. You know, with her son, they're in on it together, you know, and they're trying to scam Stan out of money. And, you know, with her saying she was hoping that he would stay, her son could move in, I can kind of see it, because if the son is moved in with Stan and her, then that's going to make it even easier for them to devise a plan, you know what I'm saying, to scheme Stan out of his money. But Stan held his ground. He said, no, 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 hell no, your son ain't moving in here. So we'll see what's gonna go on with Stan and Lisa as more episodes come. But we have now come to the point of this video that I like to call,
and now the prison bae. I'm going to take all of your money until the day I get out of jail and after, because you're that foolish and gullible. Award goes to...
Alright y'all, so Prison Bae, you know what Prison Bae is. If you don't know, Prison Bae is not like Jeremy Meeks, the Fashion Nova model, you know, prisoner who turned Prison Bae with his good looks. Okay, Prison Bae on Love After Lockup is the person who has got it all together with the street smarts, who's gonna scam the person who was in the free world. Like, they got a good talk game. Like, they're gonna be able to get whatever they want. That's what Prison Bae is over here. So Prison Bae for this episode, let me think. It's definitely not gonna be Josh, because he's just too sweet, and I think he really does want to be with Courtney. So it's not gonna be Josh. Nicole, you know, Nicole is always in the running for it. She always in the running for it. Anissa and Jeff, I really don't think Jeff is gonna use her. We'll see, but I don't think so. Lisa, you know, again, it's between Lisa and Nicole. Based off this episode right here, I have to give it to Nicole. Come on now, we have to give it to Nicole. All right, she's seeing Deontay, but still talking to Zach. She's finna start talking to Tia. Come on now. Come on now. He gets her all these gifts and she be loving it. As soon as she see lingerie, she be out. She be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can already tell she's gonna try to get as much as she can. And it's like she don't even need to ask him for stuff, because he's just always giving away stuff. So, you know, Nicole is this week's Prison Bae. I think she might be it the whole season, because she's definitely getting what she want to get and doing what she want to do, regardless of how Deontay feels. And I think she knows, like, in the back of her head, she can do what she wants because he's not going to leave. I feel like that. And when you can sense that about a person, you're not going to leave and you can do whatever you want, then they're going to start doing whatever they want. And that's what Nicole is doing with Deontay. Alright, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to leave me a comment, please feel free to do so down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Who do y'all think is Prison Bae? Who's the most conniving and scheming person on here? And if you are not a fly girl yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at Madame_ButHerFly. Alright, you guys, until the next time, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay fly.